You are about to meet one of the most inspirational and courageous people on the planet. His name is Dan Caro, and at the age of 2, he nearly died after being caught in a massive fireball, the result of a gasoline explosion in the garage of his family home in Louisiana. He suffered burns all over his body, his face, his hands burned off. While it didn't take his life, it would have taken a lesser man's will to live, but not Dan Caro, who overcame a tragic situation to become one of the most talented and respected drummers in the music business. Dan is telling his remarkable story in his book, The Gift of Fire, How I Made Adversity Work for Me. And we are very pleased to have Dan with us here in our Dedham studios this morning. And The Gift of Fire, interesting title, Dan. Is that really how you feel about what happened to you?
I most certainly do. See, a lot of people look at adversity as something horrible. I look at adversity as opportunity. You know, we learn from adversity. Adversity reveals our spirit, it builds our character. And looking back on my adversity through my whole life, I was practically, you could say, born like this. I was 2 when it happened. So I've had so much struggle and challenge in my life, but I've overcome it.
Yeah.
And it's built me up. I have an inner strength and a great spirit, and I just love life. So
let's go back, and you talk in detail about this in the book when you were 2 years old, and you don't remember a lot about what happened, but you do remember some things vividly, especially firefighters using a potted plant of your mom's to help cool you off after the accident.
Yeah, it's strange what memories I do have, but that was very vivid. I was burned with about nearly 2,000 degrees of heat. You know, the garage, it was closed, and I remember the firefighters pulling out this potted plant. We had a swimming pool in the backyard and dipped it in the pool and threw it on top of me. So.
And from there, first of all, lucky to be alive, but you come to Boston, the Shriners Hospital, played an amazing role and a very important role in your recovery.
Oh, certainly. The Shriners Hospital is just, the whole organization is a godsend, for sure. I received treatment from age 2 to 10 at that hospital here in Boston, and then I transferred to one of our other hospitals. We have 22 nationwide. So. How
many surgeries and procedures are we talking about that you had to go through?
80 surgeries, and then countless other medical procedures, outpatient clinics, rehabs, physical therapy. You know, so it's been an interesting journey.
So as a young kid, you don't know much about the way the world works, and you survive, make an amazing recovery, and then you have to go to kindergarten. And that's where things really changed for you, and it was a kind of a challenging and difficult experience for you.
It certainly was. You know, I had a very supportive family, and I'm not saying that I was sheltered, but, you know, most kids don't experience much before 5 years old. And then in kindergarten, here I am among my peers, and they had never seen anyone like me. So I was outcasted, of course, and called a monster, and I had to endure that and sort of force my way into that social scene, which I think I did well.
Well, you write about how you decided you're going to pick one kid, the biggest kid, and you tackled him on the playground and made your point, and they said, hey, you know what, this guy is okay.
Yeah, I would suggest not to do that to make a friend, but that's what I did, and it worked for me. So.
How many why me moments did you have, or did you have any as you were going along?
I did. It didn't happen until high school, though. Yeah. So I'm not even going to say that was a big deal, because I think a lot of people go through that in high school. So I look back in my life now and say, I don't think I really had a bad day.
You had a musical family, which is a good thing, because that led you to where you are now as a drummer. And I think a lot of people first will say, well, this is a gentleman who had his hands burned off as a kid. First of all, how does he hold the drumstick? And I know you experimented with a lot of different things in order to make this happen.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. I used duct tape, super glue, and of course that will not work. Okay, but I was 12 when I was doing this, and I was so anxious to play. Finally, I settled on a pretty primitive device. We had a tennis wristband laying around with some rubber bands wrapped around it. And on this right hand, I just put the wristband on, put the stick inside, and I've got a functional device here. And then on my left hand, the Shriners reconstructed this thumb for me over a series of medical procedures, and I can grip here. So this has been a phenomenal part of my life.
Folks are going to hear you play in a minute, and it is remarkable. I mean, you're a very talented guy. We're short on time, but quickly, you do a lot of work as a motivational speaker. What's the one thing you want folks to take away from your experience, and what you would like them to learn from what you've gone through?
Say, love life and live with gratitude. Every day is an opportunity to make a difference. You know, to just be inspired and to really share the love and that with the world. So no excuses.
Well, you're an amazing story, and like I said, an inspiration to everybody, and I can't wait for folks to hear you play, because your talent as a musician is right up there with the best, too. So, a cat from New Orleans, as you like to say. You got to be into music, right?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
We talked earlier with Dan Caro, his new book, The Gift of Fire, How I Made Adversity Work for Me. We talked about that. He also has a CD out. Dan Caro calls himself No Hand Dan Compilation, Volume Number 1. There you see the insert of it. I've got it right here, dancaro.com. You can check out his music as well. And you've played in sessions and live with all the greats on the New Orleans scene.
Sure, it's been fun.
Down that way, all right? And you're just going to kind of wing things here and we'll have a little fun and listen to you play.
Yeah, just having some fun. Yeah.
All right, remember, check it out, dancaro.com. Check out the CD. The book is incredible. This is a remarkable young man right here. Let's listen to Dan Caro on the drums on the Fox 25 Morning News. That's what we're talking about. Dan Caro. Dan, well done. We appreciate it. Congratulations. Thanks for coming in. Keep up the good work and keep being an inspiration to others. And take a deep breath, man, because you got to be in shape to do that, too.